Hello friends, welcome back. Big Dano plays Primal, episode, what is this? I don't know, it's episode 2, chapter 2, and we're facing off against this lizard creature guy. So, a couple of notes from last game. Unfortunately, we probably used a couple of the wrong cards, 3 of the wrong cards in the setup for Parsies, which may have impacted the... have I set everything up right? Let's go and have a look at the feather expansion, shall we? Over here. Here's one. Cool, a dark swamp. Yep, that's right. Yeah, may have resulted in that showdown being a little bit easier, but I don't think we're under too much pressure. So, all right. So, red front, red. Interesting. At the start of round 1, each player takes a Venom card and puts it into their discard pile. When Hydar suffers a wound, place a Thorn Vine token in the aggro sector, and that is how we remove Thorn Vines. So yeah, this should be a good showdown. I'm pretty excited for it. We did make a mistake in the last mission against Parsies, where I think I used the wrong card, so didn't feel too in trouble in that showdown though, so I think we're okay. Suppressing fire! Reload's nice. Ooh, haul of bullets. And a reload. 2 reloads there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So we're starting over here with the aggro. Here is Hydar, and in the very first turn, we are going to be able to draw a card here by spending 1 health to draw a card. We are, however, going to trigger this because we're starting the very first turn in this. The active player cannot play greens in their sequence this turn. That's good for us because we have no greens. Let's move using reactive defense, and we will move over here into this healing plant zone. We'll try for a red from our red scale helm. Ooh! And then your cards gain stealth until the end of the turn. Hello. 1 blue, your cards gain stealth until the end of the turn. We will play Echoing Blades, discarding this Perfection, which is a red, and we have stealth, and so this will do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, and it will trigger none of these red cards. Then we will chain this Crescent Strike into it, which is another red, dealing 1, 2, 3, and then because we've hit the second 2 in a row, 1, 2, 3, which is our first wound. So it's going to go back to 1. However, when Hydar suffers a wound, place a Thorn Vine token in that player's sector. So we have a Thorn Vine token. That increases the cost of any card played by, any offensive card played, sorry, by 1. So we've triggered this, draw 2, 1, 2, and then discard a card from your hand. We will discard this Divert. We're going to play Dancing, which is another blue. We're going to discard both of these. And this Dancing removes that. And it says draw 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we also deal 5 damage because that is 4 cards in a row. And then we can play this green, which is a twist. We can play that for free because it chains off a red. No, that's not a red. Alright, we'll play this blue, which is cut through. Overrun the monster. We're out of the thorn vines. It cost us 2 to get out of there. Actually, no, we cleared that off when we played the blue. So it doesn't cost us 4. So let's just play this blue, discarding twist. That allows us to draw 1 and overrun. So we put a token on our overrun. And then we will play this blue because we have a sequence limit of 6, and that blue will deal 7 damage, which is 12, and that goes down to 4, and we deal a second wound, and we place a Thorn Vine token in that sector. We are suffering damage, which is 1 damage. At the end of your action phase, you may search the top 3 cards of your discard pile and add a green. We can't do that. So, Hydar turns to face. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plenty of greens there. 1 damage. That is a very, very strong start. 2 wounds down. Okay, so we will spend a health to draw a card. Are we going to move? So we don't have to move. So I don't think we will. No, not yet. No, we'll actually stay. So we're going to be threatened. That's okay. We're going to start with a suppressing fire. Reduce the stamina cost of the next card you play by 1 into a green, which allows us to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. We then will proc this green. If the active player is in a sector with a Thornvine token, we are not. So now we'll use a barrage of bullets. Actually, do we want to do that? Or do we want to? Yeah, no, we'll do. We're gonna trigger every card here. We're gonna discard this swift deflection, which allows us to draw 1, and then barrage of bullets. We're gonna spend 1, 2, 3 bullets, which is gonna deal 6, plus the weapon damage of 4, which is 10, plus we ignite, which means we can immediately move over to here. So when we do a wound, we cause a Thornvine token to appear. We do a wound. There's 6 left over, and we're down to stance 7. When revealed, each player takes a Venom card and puts it into their discard pile. And then at the start of the round, remove any Bathanus, which are in the same sector. That's bad. And let's trigger these bad boys. Let's go this one first. Hydar gains a struggle. Place a Thornvine in the aggro player's sector. That sucks. Now this one. Okay, so I feel like those are both the same. No, okay, so we're going to suffer damage. We're already threatened. And we suffer 1 damage, down to 9. And then this one doesn't do anything because he doesn't have 3 struggle. 1, 2, 3. Crazy. All right. So now, what we probably want to do is play a second blue card. Yeah. So yeah, we'll play negation. No, so we'll spend this blue recharge, which removes a struggle, and we're going to discard not this time. So that's going to reload us 2, which is going to place a precision reload counter there. And then we will spend this yellow, discarding this exertion, which is a reload, which flips our precision reload in the first turn. We're back to full bullets. We've done a full sequence. It's a 1, so we suffer no damage from the attrition. I did trigger this blue when I played that card. We do have a yellow in our hand, so we don't suffer any damage. And we remove the struggle when we played the blue, so. All right. Good first turn, really, wasn't it? Good first turn. All right. Let's go over here. It's turn 2. I didn't even look for a red. We ended with 2 cards in hand, so we gain a stamina token. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. We also removed this Thornvine token when we played the 2 cards in a row. We are the aggro over here. So we're going to behaviour refresh this out of there, bring it in this red. We're going to go to 3 struggle, we turn 2, and it is Heleren to go first. Do we want to ignite? Choose another player to draw 1. Okay, we are not the aggro player, so we can't move for free. Our health is not critical, so we don't draw 1. If we become threatened, we were actually threatened, we have to flip a second one. It was a 1, so we're fine. Yeah, so we definitely want to move. We'll spend our stamina token to move. I should also observe that we're starting here in this healing plant. And so we'll heal. We'll move down to here. I may have forgotten the Thornvine additional penalty in that turn, but that's okay. All right. We'll go strafing, which is free. You may spend a bullet to deal 3 damage. We're at 9. If you do, you may immediately move without paying any stamina cost. We'll move here. Hydar was facing us. That is an aggro, and so we will play this aggro card, which says you can't play any greens, maybe? He gains 1 struggle, that's fine. Place a Thornvine. If there is already one, we suffer damage, so we go to 9. That one. Okay, now we'll play this red. When a behaviour card is revealed. Yep, we'll do this bullet surge. So it costs us an extra 1, so we're going to discard this gunfire. Spend a bullet. If you do choose a player to draw one for each bullet spent this way. So we're going to choose ourselves. We're going to draw one. Because we've played two of these, we'll remove this thorn vine. Because we've shot a bullet, we can move to ignite, which we will. And then, unfortunately, we're going to trigger this one. So that is awesomely timed by me. We'll spend that 3 struggle. Players in a sector with Thornvine tokens suffer damage. Then Hydar becomes vulnerable. So vulnerable at this moment in time is pretty damn good. That is also one of these. It gains 1 struggle. Place a Thornvine in the aggro player's sector. I've moved the wrong models. There we go. So we have some options here. So he's vulnerable. Let's see if we can draw a red. Cannonball. My goodness. There is a thorn vine. So let's play. This is an interesting choice here. Because I think we'll be better off doubling damage over here, except we don't have a red. Run through, immediately overrun the monster, draw 2. We should draw into a red. But we don't have a reload, so we can't add it to our hand. Yeah, well let's do this. It's a defensive card. I'm going to discard Prompt Jump to spend a bullet. Spend a bullet. If you do, that player draws 2 instead. So, we're going to draw 2. 1, 2. Backstab is pretty good. And then, because we spent a bullet, we can move. So we will move over to there. We haven't triggered any cards as yet, have we? No. We'll keep these 2 cards in hand and we'll hope for a 1. It's a 2, we suffer a damage. We draw 1, 2, 3, reload 2. That's what we wanted. Do we have an assist? Covering fire. Let's assist over here. Hydar is facing us. This assist draws 1 more card. Alright. Lots and lots of choices. When the monster changes its orientation, no. Okay, we're gonna discard this green to move. Yeah, because we don't want to be threatened. So we're gonna move to here. And then we're gonna play a green, which is gonna be run through, which allows us to immediately overrun the monster. And we're gonna do that by playing Slice. When we overrun, we flip Piercing Dash. And we could discard this Backstab to deal 4 damage, which we could double to 8. But we won't. No, we won't. So we're going to trigger this green. We become threatened and suffer damage. That's not my favourite thing to have happened. But threatened is fine because we're about to overrun again. Maybe. So we're going to play this green. We become threatened. We're going to trigger this one. We suffer damage unless we discard a blue. We can't do that. Actually, we can because we have that in hand. Yeah, so we'll discard a blue. And then is putting a Venom card and place it on top of the deck. That sucks. That sucks. Very unhappy about that. Gains a struggle. We've got vulnerable. I'm just trying to trigger vulnerable in an effective way here. Yep, so we're going to play finesse, draw 2, 1, 2. We suffer another damage. That's fine. This can be used to generate stamina. Backstab, stealth, doesn't trigger a card. Nice. Alright, we've emptied our deck, so we've got a token on there. Yeah, look, it's going to be fine. We'll play natural agility, discarding our venom. We suffer a wound. We're then going to play backstab, discarding this wall of blades to draw a card. We're going to double the backstab damage, so that's going to be 8, which is 17. So we're going to have 5, and we've done a wound. When we do a wound, we suffer damage because there's a Thornvine token already in that sector. And then we are going to place this green at the end of our sequence. We have flipped a 1. We're threatened though. Flipped another 1. That's probably good for our Aylmore. And that's good because if the first and last cards of your sequence are green, deal 1 damage for each card in your sequence. So we deal 5 damage. I suppose we could double that, couldn't we? So yeah, we lose 1, 2, 3, 4, but then we double it to 10. It's just 1 extra damage. And that red was stealth, so we don't do any damage or don't suffer any penalty with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. None of those had aggro. Interesting. So he stays facing there. End of the round. This goes to here. We're going to gain 1, 2 struggle. And then we're going to flip this one out of there. And we're going to take this one and do it, which is we cannot play any greens in our sequence this turn. That's a shame, because we would have played green to reload. We can't spend a negation. We heal 1 because we're in the healing plant zone. We'll spend a thing to move. Over to here. We can't play greens. It's annoying. Alright, let's look for a red. It's not a red. Can't reload. So annoying. let's just trigger that. We'll spend that for negation. It's just 4 damage. That's 15. It's another wound, which means we're going to take damage because we're in a sector with a thorn vine. It's 3. That one goes away. Healing plant. And we're actually going to end our turn there. Oh, look, it's the 3. We suffer another damage. 1, 2. 1, 2. Tactical reload. Here we go. Alright, turns to face. So now, do we have an assist? We could assist there. Let's assist. I was going to heal at the start of this turn, wasn't I? We'll spend our Aylmore here because I was definitely planning on doing that up to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so we're assisting, so we draw another one. Your cards gain stealth until the end of the turn. That's such a good card. We didn't have anything left there. We'll spend a damage to draw a card from that plant. Ooh-wee. This is a big turn, I think. Big turn. Shadow Strike, which is a blue. No, here's what we do. We move over to here. And then we do that using our reactive defense. Then we Shadow Strike, which is a blue. That doesn't trigger this because our cards gain stealth until the end of the round. That blue removes a struggle. And then we can chain a Scythe to remove a struggle. Our cards gain stealth. That deals 4 plus 3, which is 7. So we're at 10. And then we can play Dancing. And we're going to discard Piercing Strike. Draw 1 for each card in your sequence. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to play Echoing Blades, discarding this Air Blade. And that is going to deal another 4 damage, and then it's also going to deal 5 damage, which is 19. So that's another wound, down to 4. Place a Thorn Vine token, and leaving 7 damage for carrying over. Again, not triggering anything, but we are going to move to this stance. We're adding another Venom card. Boo. Boo. And increase the stamina cost of movement for players in a sector with a Thornbone token by 1. That's no good. So because we're going to trigger this blue, no, we'll chain this green, which is a defense card. That allows us to draw 1, and that's it. So we'll end our turn there. Pretty sure this is a 2. Oh, it's not, so we suffer no damage. These will go away. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, Venom, 5. Yes. All right, good turn, good turn. We have the aggro here. Hydar will then turn to face. He's going to, this Bathanus is going to get eaten by the vine. And we're on to turn 4. Wow, we've absolutely pummeled this guy. Behaviour refresh, this one goes away. This one appears, he has 2 struggle. None of these are triggering right now. Questions, do we want to use any potions? Yes, I think we'll use this potion here. So we're going to draw 1, 2. And then we're going to suffer 1 damage for cycling our deck. The next red you play this turn gains stealth. That is awesome. Okay, our health is not critical, so we don't draw, but we're first for over here. So we're not triggering any of these. However, we will play this card here, crossover. When you discard this card to generate stamina for movement, you may overrun the monster instead of moving. We will overrun and we will discard this Venom as well. So we suffer a damage. My face has gone off there. So we overrun, and it means we're not threatened. We can draw 1. So we draw 1. So we'll play cut through, discarding this green, which is a blue, removing that. You may immediately overrun the monster. If you do, draw 1. So we're going to draw 1 and then draw 1. Triggering this blue. We can reveal a yellow and there is no struggle, so that's fine. I think we might play this Crescent Strike, which is a red, and that is going to cost us 2 stamina to do so. It's going to deal, wow, we're going to shuffle. It's going to deal 5 damage. How nice is that? 5 damage. And we are going to remove that Thorn Vine. And yeah, 5 damage takes us to 12. However, that is an aggro card, which is going to trigger this one. He gains 1 struggle, place a Thorn Vine if there is no aggro, blah, blah, blah. There wasn't one, so we're fine. We can chain this for free. What does it do? It removes the Thorn Vine, and it removes a struggle, and it triggers the next card. Alternatively, we play this yellow. Let's see if we've got a red. No. We could play this yellow, draw 1, potentially play a red, it doesn't help, or we could keep all of these in hand. Yeah. So I don't think we've seen the 0, but yeah, so that was the right call. So we're going to suffer 2 damage now, 1, 2. That's unfortunate. But we're going to keep that stamina. We're going to search for a green and add it to our hand, and then 1, 2. Okay. Assisting, yes, we will assist with this blue card here. We are going to move, but remembering the stamina cost of movement is a 1. However, because we have a green in our hand, we can move for free. ignoring the movement cost because we're not the aggro, so we're no longer threatened. That's a big one for us, actually. It's big. So let's start with a green. Do we play... The next red you play this turn gains stealth. You may shuffle all your reds from your discard pile into your deck. Reload 3. Reload 3, I think, is our go here. And let's play Cannonball. Alright, it's gonna be an interesting turn. Let's play Strategic Support. It's a green, and we're gonna discard this card. We reload 2, 1, 2. When we reload, we can add a red from our deck into our hand. And then shuffle it. Triggers this green. I forget what the green does. We are not in a Thornvine sector. He's going to gain a struggle. That card also was an aggro though. He gains a struggle, place a Thornvine. Alright, so it's Thornvine galore. There's Thornvines everywhere. Into a rampage. And he gains 2 more struggle. How's he at 5 struggle? Alright, so we have to discard the top 3 cards. Those 2 are there. Of our deck. And we suffer damage for each Venom card we discard this way. No, no, no! 2 damage, that's awful. 1, 2. Here. 1, 2, 3, thank goodness. Okay, so that green is a real problem for us now. Any reds there? No. So let's do where's our next reload? Tactical reload 3. Yeah, we're going to do a gunfire. It's going to cost us 1, so we're going to spend this one. We're going to spend a bullet that allows us to move. Sure, why not? Increase the damage this attack deals by 3. So we can actually move twice because we've ignited. So it's 7 damage, that's 19, which means we've done another wound. Oh no, that means we suffer 2 damage. Oh my god. See if there's a red. It is a red. Trigger this aggro. Is that the thing? Oh my god, we have to cancel that. We cancel that, spending a card and a bullet. So that one's done. Alright, this is a real problem now. We'll play this blue though, discarding Diversion. And that removes a struggle, removes a Thornvine, more importantly, allows us to shuffle all our reds back into our deck. This is a tough little mission really, isn't it? And then we're going to spend this green to do a tactical reload. If we do that, we trigger that green, but that's actually not too bad now. I wanted a cannonball. So we'll spend that here to pay for that, which allows us to reload 3. We can then add that back into our hand. It's going to trigger this green. We're not in a sector with a thorn vine, so we're fine. And now our last card is a cannonball, which is a red. I'm going to spend these 2. I'm going to spend these 2. So that's going to deal 4, and 4 is 8, which is 11. It's down to 3 wounds, by the way. And we get to stun the monster, which will stun that red. No, actually, we're going to stun nothing. It's a bad play, really. It's a bad play. Yeah, I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to hold on to that because I've got no reds in hand. So it's actually an awful play. We'll just hope we don't flip the 3, which we can't. So it's the 0, which is good. Next round, this goes here. We're going to consume our Aylmore. Go up to 6. And then we're going to suffer 1 to draw a card into hand. We've got 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to draw 1. Interesting. Behaviour refresh. This is going away. This is going here. He's gaining 2 struggle, which is an unleash. 1, 2. 1, 2. We are in some real trouble here. Do we suffer weapon damage to draw 2? I don't think we can. Alright, how do we best avoid any repercussions here? This venom can only be used to generate stamina. He's starting in the front. Oh, we can't play greens. I would have cancelled that, I think. Can I? Nope. Oh, when you suffer damage, you may immediately discard this, overrun the monster, and draw 1. We'll do that. Oh, a venom. 2 venoms. 2 venoms. Oh, that's awful. That is awful. This could be a glorious defeat. This is an awesome challenge, this guy. I really like how different the monsters feel and how much of a challenge it is. Alright, our health is critical, so we're going to draw a card. Barrage of bullets. If we don't move, we trigger that threatened. I think all that is if you're in a sector with thorn vines, you suffer damage. I think I need to risk it. Yeah. We discard a blue from our hands. Okay. And we place a venom card on top of our deck. That sucks. That particularly sucks. Alright. Well, this is going to be a defeat, I think. 1 yellow, discarding this stamina, allows us to draw 1, which pulls a venom into hand. We will play a barrage of bullets. Discarding this venom to take 1 damage. Let's see if we got a red. Ooh, that's nice. We'll spend a bullet, so that attack is going to deal 6 damage, and we can move So it's 17. This is going to kill us, I think. Yep, he's got 2 wounds left, but we are down to vapors here. If this says Thornvine, we die. Becomes threatened and suffers damage. We will cancel that. Nope, we cannot cancel that. So that's her knocked out. And I think we are pretty much cooked at this point. I don't think we can win from here because Karah's going to suffer. She just needs to suffer 2 damage and she will be also out. So I think we're going to re-rack. So we're definitely missing the the scoring thing that we were hoping to get. It's not the first time we've tried this mission, so that means we will fall short. And try again. If we complete it without a player getting knocked out is now our goal. So, well, that was a whew, we had such a powerful start. I wonder what the right approach is. Not knowing anything about this guy, I wonder what the right approach is. Is it I tried to control the thorn vines. I tried to control them by playing attack cards in sequence at the right times. Interesting. Alright, we'll be back. It's Deno from the future. And yes, I did it again. I managed to fail to turn on my microphone and record this entire playthrough without audio. It's a great effort from me. You would think that I would have figured this out by now. I am unable to do so. My sincerest apologies, however, as this was the second attempt at this particular monster, I am not going to re-record it, and I'm just going to accept it and move on. So you can enjoy a very, very quick and sped up version of this particular showdown, and that is all. Enjoy.